Hey, welcome to Brick System Brothers. I'm Nathan Masters, and today's video is a look at the LEGO roller coaster elements. We have seen these since 2017, and they actually showed up in a really big LEGO Batman movie set. That's this one here, 70922. Yeah, actually a really cool set, but a pretty high price point. So I don't know if a lot of people saw this. I think it was also direct to customer, so it wasn't really out on shelves everywhere. So the really big debut for these pieces was the Creator Rollercoaster 10261. Another really big set, but I think it had a wider release, and it's definitely a bigger appeal than just like a licensed Batman set. But since then, we've actually seen 11 different sets with these roller coaster elements, kind of various mixes of the tracks. As you can see here, I've got a couple that are more of like a ramp style, where it's just going to change the elevation for you. It's supposed to be up like that, and then you build vertically here. But I don't have any that are just flat with me right now. These specific elements are from another Creator roller coaster, a little bit of smaller one, like a pirate themed amusement park. So I did a review on that a little earlier if you want to check that out. But so in total we've got 7 different track elements, and I'll just throw those up real quick with those numbers. There's a main straight element, a short straight, a couple different ramp styles, and then your curve. So combinations of these, you can get most layouts pretty well configured, and these are also pretty compatible if you want to motorize it. And that's what we saw with Creator, the really big Creator one, where they were able to put a track on there that can get motorized with power functions. So that is something else you can do, but it does work pretty well, just gravity driven, if you have a layout that does that. And if you do want to see this in action on a complete loop, I did run it around the track in my review a couple times, but I just wanted today to specifically look at the elements themselves. The track here does have kind of that circular cross section, and then the cars themselves have this gripping mechanism that keeps it on the track. If I actually, well, I've got to make sure it's on first. Okay, so we're going to put it on the track, and then gentle, it will stay on upside down. So that's pretty cool. Probably not supposed to operate like that, but these do help hold it on the track when you're flinging it around at high speed. So for the cars themselves, their operation is pretty basic. They're linked together with these connections that are just a friction, and you can pull them straight apart and push them back together, but that takes a little bit of effort. You could actually rotate it down, and that's a much easier way to link these up and take them off, is using that narrower section of the link. So each car has the clip on the front and a link on the back. And then our standard area to build on here is actually a 5x4, so a little bit out of system. Well, not out of system, but you don't typically see 5 very much in LEGO. But it does have this kind of 2x4 recessed area, and then a built-up wall by 1 plate thickness. And then it is missing 2 studs for the top, but in this case we're able to cover that with a 1x4, and works just fine. So, and then we're not all the way down yet, because there are these additional wheel carriages underneath here, and these do come out if you want. I'm pretty sure I had to put these in when I built the set, so they don't come in the car, but once you get them in, they're pretty secure. So yeah, all we've got there is another kind of a friction connection deal, just one point of contact, and that's all you need. Rotates pretty freely. So look at the wheel itself. It is a new design, 3 years old now, but specifically designed to work on this gauge of roller coaster. And we do have some other LEGO train track elements. It doesn't work with the wider ones, but there is kind of this narrow gauge LEGO train track. And interestingly enough, this is actually a good fit on our narrow gauge track as well. So I don't think it's exactly the same if we put it up side by side, but it's pretty close, and I think that was intentional. I think LEGO does like to make as many pieces as possible fit into their system. So just one more note on here before I look at the rest. This can be connected with a bar clip, but it doesn't roll. So if we want to get this rolling on this other style track, we can't use this either, because these flanges that come down don't really allow us, it's not a great way to show it, they don't really allow us to fit the car on the track, just because those flanges come down and they end up hitting that track. So I'm not aware of a good solution to this yet, to be able to use these. And of course we have other Lego elements designed to be used on the track, but just an interesting note that these do indeed work on the other track system. Yeah, but back to our typical track here. I guess there's not too much more to say. One other thing to look at is when we want to actually place our cars on the track. How I've always done it is you kind of start it from one side and then rack it over, and it kind of clips on pretty easily. And then when you have these linked up, it doesn't allow it to rotate as much, and so that will usually stay on pretty good. If you have an open end of the track, you can put it on from an open end too, like that. And that works just as well. But especially once you have them all linked up, I think it's easier, and it's easier on a straight section, not necessarily on a ramp, to just start it from one side and rack it over into place. Yep. So that's about it. All of the connection points for these tracks line up to be able to have that smooth transition there. Except, of course, if you're rebellious and you put something like that, that's not going to work. But yeah, you do have to kind of keep with the system. So look for those gentle slopes and gentle curves where it's designed to line up and create the track system that we see in all of our different models. And yeah, there's quite a range. 11 sets, like I mentioned. These have covered Creator, Friends. This year we saw these tracks in a Hidden Side set, and I've also spotted, I think it is this specific element, or yeah, it's this one actually, in the new city airport, and this is just used up on the roof to kind of add some texture there. So not necessarily always used for roller coaster tracks, but that was the main point of the design. So hopefully we'll see these stay in production for quite a while. They are very nice for making roller coasters and other things as well. So thanks for watching, guys, and stick around for more LEGO videos from Brick System Brothers.